Alright, video number 2 of the 79 Hurst Olds. My last video, first video, got cut off at the end. So what I was saying at the end is basically the reason why I bought this car was to fix it up with the parts that I had on hand and basically resell it for someone else to enjoy. I love these cars. I've had several of them. And that is basically it. You know, I found this car. It was in non-running condition, and I got it going again, and it's just a great car. And so definitely check out the first video. Check out the segments that I have on this car, all 14 or 15, I believe, of them. And you can see what this car was when I first bought it. I have nothing to hide, and that's essentially it. It is what it is, as you see. And you know, I'm going to pop the hood real quick again. Talk briefly about the AC system. One thing I did forget to mention in the first one, the AC system is all here. Nothing's butchered up, nothing's been molested underneath here. It's 100% complete. And I wanted, of course, like I said, to make sure everything worked on this car. And so I went to work on the AC, and I replaced all of the O-rings and the lines. I replaced the orifice tube. I replaced the Schrader valve on the low side, and then I went to replace the Schrader valve on the high side. And what happened was the Schrader valve broke off in the line, and then the part that was still in there, I tried to get it out, and it actually fell off inside of the line. So the lines need to be replaced. Other than that, the AC system does work because before I replaced the Schrader valves, before I found out they were bad, I actually put a charge in it, and it was leaking out of the high side, so that's when I went to replace them. So the short time that the AC system had a charge in it, it did work. So that is all correct there. And I also want to re-explain that the car is what it is. I didn't detail up underneath the hood with painting the air cleaner or painting the valve covers. All I did was clean it up in general, just because it was dirty from sitting. And you can see it still has the original stampings on the valve cover. It still has all of its original paint, and the fuel pump was actually still original. Check out my other videos. It still had the original paint on the fuel pump. So you know, the car is clean, complete, and everything's there. So what I'm going to cover right now is the undercarriage. I'll start from front to back, and just explain it as I go. So the car is very rust free. You can see the frame rails, very clean. There isn't any rust anywhere underneath of the core support. You can check out the front suspension. There we go. There's no major rust issues. There is one spot in the floor, which I'll explain here in a minute. Nothing serious, at least in my opinion. Check out the other side. This here there isn't any rust here on the frame. It's literally from the when I flushed out the radiator here. Some residue from that. Alright, the passenger side floor. This car had a water leak that I discovered when I pulled the original carpet out. Water leak from the heater box. And so I replaced a section of the passenger floor which had rusted out. Let me get a shot of the frame here. Let me show the patch in the floor here. I replaced it with a piece of floorboard from another car, so I matched up all the lines perfectly. Just so when it's recoated, you can see the seam sealer there. All the lines match up. So that piece of the floor was sectioned in. No big deal. It's not like it was a severe rust. It was just some pinholes, so I just cut out the section that was bad and pieced it in with another section of a solid car. You can see all the rest of the floorboards, all the welds, the spot welds. There's nothing flaking, nothing severely rusted at all. And let me show you the rear frame rails, which are known to rust on these cars. You can see the rear. Let me start with the rear bumper, because you saw how the center of the rear bumper, the outer shell is rusted, the inner shell is perfectly fine. The bracing on the back isn't rusted or fallen off. All the spot welds underneath here, everything is just very clean. Probably one of the cleanest cars I have. And I would keep this car. However, I have too many other projects going on, too many other cars. I just can't keep another one as much as I would like to. So there's the trunk pan area, and then here's the passenger frame rail. Let me get a better shot so I'm not making you guys dizzy. You can see even up in the sides of the frame rails, there isn't any flaking rust whatsoever. It's all very, very clean. There's a dent in the spare tire wall here. I'll take my rubber mallet and pound that out. I didn't even realize that was there. Alright, here's the driver's side frame rail. See all the spot welding is clean. And you can see how clean this frame is right here. I mean, there isn't any scaly rust whatsoever on this frame. Oh, and the car also still has all of its original fuel lines, gas lines. The backing plates are in nice shape. There's the original brake line. I mean, it still has those little slinky things on the brake lines, you know. And see if I can sneak over and get the passenger side as well. There's another good shot of the underneath. Alright, let me get back out, show you the driver's side floor. Oh, I gotta show you the trunk too. And let me get over to the interior. Alright, here's the driver's side frame rails. There's a shot of the original lines right there. There's the frame. You know, there's a little bend right here because people tend to jack them up right here. Very common on these cars. You can see there's any scaly rust here up in between the body and the frame. The rocker panels are nice. There's the floorboards of the driver's side. So I can get a shot of the transmission. There we go. So a good shot of what it looks like underneath. So that's it for the undercarriage. Let me brush myself off and open up the trunk. Then I'll cover the interior, and then the last video will be of the test drive itself. And that is the fun part, of course, with this car. Oh, here's my phone number. You can text me, call me if you have any questions. I can send more pictures. I can create more videos for you. Anything that you'd like to see. Okay, the trunk is very clean. It has its original carpet. It's actually still glued down. And the most commonly rusted out areas in these cars is the trunk wall right here, and up in the inner wall right here as well. And everything is clean. There aren't any signs of rust anywhere. Pull the cardboard filler out. There's nothing back there. This car is very, very clean. Put that back. Now there isn't any rust around the lights. If we can get that back in. There we go. And move over to the passenger side. Oh, the jack isn't mounted. I have the hardware for it coming. The car didn't have that, so I bought it from someone else, so it's on its way. And you can see all the original spattering when the car was new. Everything's original. The trunk or the spare tire well isn't rusted out. Everything's very clean in this car. Very rust free. You can see all the spot welds, very nice shape. And there's a spot of surface rust there, and there's some rust here. There appears to be some pinholes in the trunk lid itself. That can be repaired. It's not a big deal. Just blast that and spot that in with the welder. The other side is perfectly fine. So close the trunk, move on to the interior. You know, and with age, with these cars, the plastic tends to fade out and get a little chalky, and of course, you know, that's the same situation with this car. The interior is complete. I completely stripped it out. Check out the old videos, like I said, and you can see everything that was done to it. Let me move this floor mat. Okay, so you know, all of the interior plastic has some fading, some chalkiness. So I'm not going to completely go over that in detail. Everything is about in the same condition. It's not tore up, it's not broke or anything like that. It just has some fading. The door panels have some slight fading to them. They're not tore up. All the chrome is in very nice shape. The switches are nice. That has power locks, lock, unlock. And you can check out the passenger side, lock and unlock. And I replaced the carpet, so it has brand new carpeting. It has brand new headliner. I replaced or had the visors recovered, so everything matches. And the dashboard has a couple little cracks in it. That's the worst of it right there. And a little crack by the speaker cover there. All the wood grain's in very nice shape. I replaced what was broken or severely worn. The gauge cluster I took apart and cleaned and replaced all the bulbs. The clock doesn't work. You can hear it running, but the numbers don't turn. The radio, it did not have the original radio when I bought it, so I put an original radio back into it. The power antenna works. Actually, let me show you that. And the console's in very nice shape. It does have a stain right there in the front. There's the shifters in nice shape. I took that out and cleaned that all up. And then inside the console there, the console light works. The light right here works when you turn the headlights on. I replaced all the bulbs. Let me turn the radio on for you. The radio does work. Is the radio on?
Until midnight.
Antenna goes up.
Service until midnight. We are offering friends and family discount to the public.
And turn the radio off. Antenna goes down. And that did not work either, so I fixed that. I rebuilt the antenna. Driver's side seat does have some wear on it. It's a little bit tore up here on the seat bottom and on the side here. It does have a power seat. It works. This back switch here does not work, so it needs a switch. Everything functions, frontwards, backwards, up and down, tilt. So, and it does have seat recliners. I replaced the knobs here because those were missing. These side chrome hinge covers, these always break on these cars. And I replaced those with some extras that I had. On both sides, I polished everything up. So any hard to find parts, everything's here. So, like I said, it'll make someone a very nice car to restore or cruise the way it is. And I took the seat belts out and scrubbed those. Again, it has new carpet and new headliner, and everything's been scrubbed, cleaned. The rear package tray, get a shot of that. Package tray isn't tore up, isn't cut into. It's a virgin car, really. The horn cap is in nice shape. The steering wheel is in nice shape. Still has a lot of its grain left on it. And let me just walk around and get Passenger side opened up, and pretty much the same condition there. Glove box, kind of a different perspective of the interior. I love the shifter and the consoles in these cars. I mean, it just sets it apart from any other Cutlass. And just so the people that don't know, the Hurst Olds was made from the Cutlass Calais, so the door panels do say Cutlass Calais on them. So that's a little interesting fact there for those that don't know. The door hinges all seem to be in very good shape. They don't sag too much like these older cars do. The doors open and close nicely. So that's basically it for video number 2. Number 3, I'm going to start it back up, take it for a quick test drive. If you need any more pictures, let me know. Any other videos. My contact information is in the ad. Again, it's a 79 Hurst Olds, 112,000 original miles. Everything's here. It's all original, ready for cruising or restoring. So contact me if you're interested. So stay tuned for video number 3, which will be the test drive, and that is the most fun part. Alright, well, thanks for watching.